Second grubs as well can be a little bit of a pain point. We'll see how well he does. Renata the pick for Fnatic, so they feel like they have enough engage. They just want a bit of disengage, which does make sense into Gnar, Maokai, and the Alistar. It gives you a little bit of ability just to acquiring it through skilling it up. You get an upgraded version of it as Niski goes in once again onto Upset. He's got the cleanse. Trample will get the stun. There's the cleanse away. Now the bailout as well for Upset. And Niski's bitten off more than he can chew. Upset. Oh, he doesn't see him because of the control ward. Niski with the perfect positioning to stay out of vision there. Mickey getting chased down as well. The shield won't be enough. Kazi and Niski find a double in the 2v2. Chayak has to flash. Huge from the Vitality bot lane. Needlework coming out from Oscar, and Knuckle's going to have to flash away. And just to emphasize, like, oh, Oscar with a good flash away from the wall. And Knuckle is going to go into mini form, but snip goes Oscar in. And this is now coming across. Doesn't have the flash, but Oscar doesn't have a flash of his own either. He's just going to get chased out. In the end, it's a solo bolo.
Literally across the board.
They really are. Just, as you say, surprised by how much presence the Vitality bot lane has had. It all comes back to that level 1, burning the flashes early. Upset has only died 6 times this. Yeah, just to stress that vision control as well. You saw how Humanoid actually going in for the fight. They get the Ishtal's impact back onto Shayak. Doesn't have the flash. And Shayak will be felled. Mickey takes his shadowing. Upset's on his way across, but Kazi's already here as well. Linsus is going to be chunked out just a little bit. Knuckle trying to catch that wave. They go in onto Mickey. TP coming out from Humanoid, counter TP as well from Shayak, but he's going to be in the middle of Fnatic. Hostile takeover takes him away for the moment. Knuckle trying to build up that Mega Gnar, and Shayak's on the chase. Ishtal's impact knocks Linsus into the wall. Oscar is going to get a kill, but he will see Mickey fall in front of his face. Jungler for support so far. It's a breath of light from Humanoid, keeps people at bay. The wallop from Knuckle has the Gnar here as well. Will lock Razzle against the wall, and the Ishtal's impact will have no impact at all. Both the jungle causes Razzle to fall. 4th grub, 5th and 6th will be secured by Vitality. Really gives Knuckle a lot of pushing power in that 1v1 in the top lane. And Vitality are looking to make it a 4v1. No teleports available for Fnatic. Humanoids was burnt in the last play. No wave here yet for Vitality, but they might just go for the dive with a single minion here alongside them. They get it. Lince's handshake back. He's not going to tank any more tower shots. Must have been just out of range as that final shot come in, but this should be first tower as well for Vitality.
Clean dive from Vitality. I thought that Kazi was actually going to head over towards mid lane and catch that wave, but Vitality want to keep their proactive streak going. They know that Razork is on the cross map looking to secure that dragon, which means that they guaranteed have numbers advantage on the top side. And Oscar, after getting solo killed in lane, and then making a few big blunders in the 1v1 matchup, falls even further behind as he falls prey to a dive.
Chain of Corruption going wide as Shayak's had his fancy feed on today. Arcane Storm as well onto Upset.
Niski hovering around though.
He shouldn't be. He should walk away. The only reason you hover this is because you know the TP is going to come in. But even then, like, Razork's burnt his ultimate, Humanoid just TP back, and the storm is called Arcane Storm.
It's Chaos Storm.
Chaos Storm, yeah. It's no longer chaotic, but perhaps Niski being in this position is a little bit chaotic for Vitality. He's going to pop his ultimate, that Unbreakable Will, and walk his way out. Meanwhile, Knuckle gets the wall up into the Gnar against the wall. The needle works from Oscar and he did a bit of damage, but there's no tower here to protect him anymore. The second set of needle works won't be enough. Oscar and knocked into the wall by Niski, knocked up by him as well, and then stunned. Linces takes the kill. Meanwhile, Razzle's looking for something in the mid lane. We'll get that Ishtal's impact back. Upset eats the Arcane Storm, needs to hit the piercing arrow shot.
He responded by Humanoid, but I guess the saving grace from Fnatic is that they have been able to get 2 dragons of their own, which means that they're not really at risk of a soul point.
It is constantly shoved in. They're placing this deep vision and then allowing that side of the map to step up. Kazi knows he's relatively safe here because anyone who's coming at him is coming through the lane. Oscar in here, trying to snip through Knuckle, still gets one up. Knuckle throws a house into him and slams him against the turret. Now needs to dodge to the side. The needlework healing off Oscar in an absolute delight. Upset's on his way across. Knuckle trying to flash over him, but Oscar will. Knuckle just a little bit short in terms of lead as well. You can see Oscar was able to get so much gold back in his pockets. It's only 150 between the 2 top laners now. Oscar will continue to push through bot. Kazi and Niski perhaps looking for Upset here. There's the flash. Headbutt pulverized immediately onto Upset, who has to flash away. Cleanses out of the CC and the bailout put on him as well. This should be the mid tower to Vitality. Humanoid flew across but wasn't able to defend in time. That would be the turret falling. 3rd of the game for Vitality. And then they complain. Ooh, Linsus looking for Oscar Winning, trying to make this a 2v1. It will be for the moment. Nature's Grass coming out as well as Razork has the flank of the TPs coming out from Human. A counter TP invested by Shayak. Vitality beginning to collapse. Niski's going all the way around here. Linsus flashing forward for Razork. They'll gnaw him into the wall and he's locked up, stunned up, and taken out. Niski gets the knock up onto Oscar Winning. Looking for that pulverize as well into the trample for the CC follow-up. Shayak coming across to try and get the damage down onto Oscar, who drew the hallowed, missed. Can't send a prayer up to survive. Nuko gets the kill, 2-0. Oscar Winning gonna get chased out by Nuko. Linsus starting up the Drake. Razork on that front line. Astral Flight in by Humanoid. Here it comes. The skies descend. And although Shayak will fall first, Humanoid falls second. Nuko with a Gnar into the wall, and Kazi begins to open up. Mickey getting chased down towards the bottom side. A good flash pulverize from Niski to make sure that Oscar Winning can't kill off his AD carry. And Kazi survives through.
Just sets his sights on him, and the Chaos Storm gets dropped as well. So credit to Shayak, still providing value, even though he is the first to fall in the fight. Ends up being a 1-for-1. The Locket proving a huge.
As well at the end. Vitality seem the much more coordinated team overall as they look for the engage. Hostile takeover coming out. Kazi solo. TP coming out from Oscar Winning. He looks for the chase, goes in with a needlework, and he will snip Kazi down. Nuko coming in from the side. The Impale just short. The Gnar back on. He catches Oscar Winning and onto Razork. Oscar Winning falls. Mickey falling low as well. Razork's on the backline now, and Shayak has to flash away. Arcane Storm doesn't chase Mickey down. The Leandri's tick won't be enough to kill him off. 31 HP. More than enough for the Renata. The re-engage, though, from Fnatic, they're going to look for a little bit more. Ishtal's impact. Razork going onto that front line. Shayak having to flash away. Upset chases him down. And Linsus is next up. Burned by the breath of life. Upsets the spell shoot at the final moment. But yeah, Mickey used the handshake early, saw the spell shoot, and was like, okay, Kazi's just running straight into me now. Hostile takeover locks him in place. And now Fnatic's trying to lock Vitality out of this game. The gold swings in their favor. A 2K lead now as Oscar Winning pushes through bot. They'll take the tier 2 in mid. They can turn their eyes towards the jungle. There's a red Fnatic overinvest, put a few more players down towards bottom to get that dragon. We can just take away the Artican, but that is not an option. About the 400 CS Sivir power spike so often. I think that's been accelerated quite a bit recently. Ishtar's impact perfectly played from Razork, and he finds the double impale. Into the skies descend. Kazi knocked up, has to flash. Just about getting to safety. Niski won't have that same luxury. Kazi's going to be chased down by Oscar Winning. Snip, snip, it's time for your haircut, Kazi, as he dodges towards the top. Razork takes him out. A good handshake as well from Mickey. Shayak and Linsus have to flash away. Oscar Winning will dash.
Vitality here. They think that they've caught out Razork. Quick reactions from Razork. Locks up Niski against the wall. And then the ulti from Humanoid does massive. What it means to be a jungler.
It really is. Baron up in 6 seconds time. That's why Fnatic are hugging the top side of the mid lane. It looks like it's going to be a 5v5 as once again Kazi almost caught unawares. The hostile takeover coming out. A 3-man impale. And Oscar's here to sink in the needles. The combination from Fnatic, they just get onto the backline. A single spell shield, not enough for Kazi to ever survive.
It's just impossible for this Sivir to play. We talked about how if you have the front line, then it should be easy for you to play that front to back, but they ignore the front line completely. A star falls from the sky, the Renata ultimate opens up the pathway for them, and then Oscar and Razork set their sights on Kazi, and with him gone, there's nothing left for Vitality to rely on.
And they just do not have the damage. Shayak yet to get towards that third completed item. Did go for a Seeker, so delayed his Rabadons, but you can see him grasping for it right now. Still a little bit short. Baron secured for Fnatic. Now, a 7-point
momentum going. The moment you make a mistake, you get punished for it. Linsus is now very deep, looking for a flank play.
I think he was spotted out by a Farsight alteration as he went behind into the alcove. Alcove Gaming. Not even once, chaps. Not even once. Niski caught out as well by Oscar Winning. Nako's going to gnaw Oscar into the wall. Kazi begins to open up, and you can see how quickly people fall in front of him, but Kazi falls equally as fast. Niski trying to get onto that backline, but he doesn't really have the follow-up. Nako trying to do everything he can. Upset with the cleanse and the Chaos to get himself to safety. Razork now having to deal with Shayak. Bail out onto Upsets. Enough to bring him back to life. Shayak running for the hills. Tries to kill off Mickey, or tries to do a little bit of damage at least. Gravity Well going down the tower, following it. Good damage with the Hextech raise, but Upset finds his mark. William Tell in the flesh, it seems, is upset 9-1-7 now on this Varus.
A chaotic fight that still goes the way of Fnatic. Oscar dropping immediately, but remember that only turns it into a 4 versus 4. The bailout proving so valuable as well on the back end of that fight to help keep Upset alive. And Mickey, even though he fell short in the laning phase, he has proved instrumental in these team fights. 1-2-17.
Now 40 minutes in. Fnatic are the ones knocking on these inhibitors. They'll take the top one. Inhibitor tower at least. 10,000 gold the lead for them as the Nature's Cast comes out and Razzle should be able to tank this. Misses the Impale though. Knuckle there with the wall of follow-up. Razzle flashes away. Hostile takeover invested. So Fnatic have to use those ultimates to get away, including Razzle's flash and his Impale. They'll still take the inhibitor. Vitality invested on the hunt. The Nature's Grasp and that Gnar. Didn't burn those summoners to get in.
They're still strong enough though with the Maokai ultimate gone. I don't think Fnatic really have a lot they need to be scared of. They're gonna set their sights on the next inhibitor. Oscar still with the ulti and flash available.
Niski trying to burn stuff here. Linces is going to look for the flash. Niski's going to get slammed into that wall with the Ishtar's impact. Flash with the advance onto Humanoid, but again the Mikhails from Mickey just in time. Niski surviving. Kazi's going to pick up Oscar in, and this is getting chased down by this Aurelian Soul. Mickey falling low though as Linces is eventually felled. He goes Timber, Razzle in again. The skies descend and the shockwave rings through Vitality. Nuko tried to kill off Humanoid, but he could not get close enough.
Penta denied as Upset secures that kill. Kazi, the last man standing, does he have the wave clear?
I think the answer's gonna be possibly. He finds 3! Humanoid almost dies to the tower. How long on the rest of Vitality? Well, Kazi did everything he could, but 3 is not enough. He needed to play Jhin, he needed to find 4. So I think with 15 seconds left on Linces and the same on Niski, Humanoid should be able to claim game 1 for Fnatic. Maybe?
Linces is alive in 3 seconds. This is very slow.
Can Linces clear the wave in time is the question. TP comes out. There's no way.
Humanoid's got to run.
Yeah, Oscar's just going to TP in, pop down the Hallowed Mist, and then snip, snip. Flashes, snip, done, 50G. All Oscar. Well played, Fnatic. What a comeback.